In this example, we're going to discuss taking a sample and generalizing it to its population. As part of the statistics project, a teacher brings in a bag of marbles containing 700 white marbles and 300 red marbles. She tells the student the bag contains 1,000 marbles and asks her students to determine how many red marbles are in the bag without counting them. A student randomly draws 150 marbles from the bag, and of those 150, 43 are red. So we have to remember that even though the teacher knows, the students do not know how many red marbles. So let's pretend you're the teacher and you tell the students, take 150 marbles from the bag, of which 43 that you find are red. This data collection method can best be described as a clinical study, a control study, a census, or a survey. Since this is just grabbing 150 marbles and then marking which ones are red and which ones are white, really what you're taking is a survey of the marbles and their colors. The target population consists of the total number of marbles in the bag. Now, just because your sample had 150 marbles, remember that you had 1,000 marbles in the bag. However, when you took a sample, your sample consisted of 150 marbles drawn by the student. Because 43 of 150 of these marbles were red, then we can predict how many red marbles in the bag. Now, even though we know that there are 1,000 marbles in the bag, and we know as the teachers there's 300 red marbles in the bag, remember the students do not know that. So we're trying to have the students understand how to take a sample and expand that statistic to the population. So this just becomes a quick calculation. So if we solve this would just be 43,000 equal to 150x, and that means the number of predicted red marbles would be 43,000 divided by 150, which is 286.67. Now we can't have 0.67 of a marble. If we have 0.67 of the marble, we usually have the whole marble. So we'll round up to have 287 red marbles. Now recall that the students didn't know how many red marbles were in the bag. So if we go back and look, recall that there were 300 red marbles in the bag. And then from our sample proportion, we predicted that there were 287 red marbles. Those are pretty close. So we have to say that the sample that the students took were a pretty good representation of our population.